Okay, what's up guys? So this video I'm just going to talk about watches that are worth buying, right? Between the price points of 2,500 to 3,000 US dollars. So if you want to get into the hobby, you want a nice, great, respectable watch, this video is here for you to give you some direction, right? What you want to look for and what you want to avoid. Okay, so at this price point, I think the best has to be the Omega Speedmaster. But let's just go to Omega in general, right? Because uh, at this price point, I think a lot of the models are accessible, and right here, and of course, you get the Omega Speedmaster. They're going for about, this guy is selling for 2850. That's a pretty good deal. And I also really like the Planet Ocean, 42 millimeters in diameter, got an orange bezel, really pops. For a young guy, hey, I think this is a great watch. If you're someone in your 20s or 30s, this is a beautiful watch to own, right? Highly recognizable, and it's a beautiful watch, right? You could go, I'd stay away from the vintage Omegas, Constellation, or the Aquaterra, or stay away from the Speedmaster automatics. Yeah, this is a cool one. This one right here, the Omega Broad Arrow 57. That's probably like the only Omega edition which I like, because it's also not really a limited edition, and the prices are reasonable, right? 2750. It's even cheaper than the regular Omega Speedmaster. So if you're looking for a Speedmaster, just go for a manual one. Go for the cheapest one, right? I would avoid the limited edition, Panda Dial or CK2998, all those things. If you want a special Speedmaster, you gotta go for a 321 movement. And when you go for a 321 movement, you're paying at least 8,000, 9,000 US dollars. So just buy like a good condition, non-limited edition Speedmaster manual wine, like this one, the 3570.50. These ones can still be had for about 2,600 US dollars, 2,700 US dollars, right? Really good buying. Okay, so just get a Speedmaster, and let's see what else from Omega. Yeah, they have the Aquaterra, but come on, guys. If you're gonna pick between the Speedmaster and the Aquaterra, right, it's a no-brainer. Pick the manual wine Speedmaster. If you want, a serious watch for not crazy amounts of money, you just cannot beat the Speedmaster, right? So go for that, or a Seamaster Planet Ocean, or they have the Seamaster Ceramic. Although I would pick the Planet Ocean over the ceramic Seamasters. Okay, so at this price point, the other brand that is really amazing has to be Tudor, right? Tudor, you have your Tudor Black Bays. Not a fan of the Black Bay Dark. Looks good on the screen, but on your wrist, it's just I don't know. I can't really pull it off. I've actually seen it in person. My brother owned one. I put it on. I just couldn't do the PVD, right? The Heritage Black Bay, those are really great bang per buck watches, right? I would just stick with the ETA movement, right? I would avoid the in-house one, because you get an in-house one, when you have to service it, it's pretty expensive. Just stick to the ETA movement, and easy to service. The thing is built like a tank, extremely durable, extremely reliable. You can't go wrong with that. There you go, Tudor Pelagos ETA. That's a cool watch. I really like the Pelagos. Damn. Now I'm tempted to go pick one That's a really cool watch. The Tudor Pelagos. The Tudor Heritage Chronograph, right? That's another great one. Oh, you have here a vintage day date. Wow, that is. You want a vintage Rolex? Oh, that's a really good. I think this is a pretty cool piece, right? If you want a day date by Rolex, it's made in all gold. You're looking at least like 12,000 US dollars for a 18038 or something. So there you go. You can have like a vintage Tudor day date, Tudor Black Bay. I think those, and Tudor Heritage Chronograph, right? So I would, yeah, those, a watch from Tudor, right? You can't go wrong. Another, let's take a look at another brand. Let's see. Not a fan of Breitling, but let's see what they offer. I know you can get Breitling watches. The Avenger 2 GMT 43 mil is just a little bit big for me. Breitling tends to be a bit garish, a bit chunky, a little too angular. It's very just tells you I'm boss kind of thing, right? And maybe, yeah, I like the Super Ocean Heritage. That's a really cool watch, actually. The Super Ocean. That's probably the only one I really like. Not a fan of the Avenger or the Chronomat. Okay, let's move on away from Breitling and onto IWC. Let's see what's on IWC. Okay, IWC. Oh man, this is a pretty cool watch. The Aqua Timer. That's all right. Never really owned one, but I think that's a fair price, right? IWC is a very prestigious brand, and they make really great watches. Right, at this price point, IWC Aqua Timer, and of course the IWC Pilot watches, right? Really good buying, I think. The Mach 16, 2,500 US dollars. ETA movement, right? If you're someone who's a fan of aviation, you're looking for a pilot watch. IWC, right, was one of the pioneers to make these watches. I would assume they produced them for the Luftwaffe or the British Royal Air Force. So they're steeped in history, right? The ETA movement, easy to service, and it's actually really good buying. I really like the IWC Mach series. I've never owned one, but maybe in the future. They have the Le Petit Prince. That's a beautiful one too. I think that's blue colored dial, if I'm not wrong. Right, so IWC Aqua Timer and Pilot watches. Really good buying, decent buying, right? If you're into IWC. So, what else can we look at? Let's look at Rolex. Of course, Rolex. What will $3,000 afford you? And not much. Oh, you can get a turnograph from Mexico. I'd be a little bit weary about this. You could get an oyster quartz. You could get like the vintage Datejust, right? This right here, guys. 6605 is a real vintage Rolex Datejust. Comes with the paper, the original paper. That's really cool. Air King. Yeah, you can get an Air King, and I think the Datejust is just the way to go. 2690. I think this is a pretty good deal. 16014. Ooh, look at it. Look at that bracelet stretch, guys. Man, that thing is so loose. You can looks like a rubber band. It looks like I can wrap it around twice. Look at this, 2650, 2900. Wow, the Datejust has really increased in price. Like 3-4 years ago, you could have these for under 2,000, no problem, and it'll come with a decent bracelet. Right? These things, the problem with the vintage Datejust is that the Jubilee bracelet tends to be a little bit, just super stretched, right? Like old underwear. It's not typically not in the best condition. Although this one is pretty good, 26. There you go, right? Like stretched out underwear, and that's why so many of them come with just watch heads only. Alright, so you don't get much from Rolex, guys. Unfortunately, you just get like a Datejust, a vintage Datejust, and or just an old Oyster Perpetual or an Air King. Right, Air King's cool. Let's see right here. Yeah, there. It's an honest Rolex Air King. Pretty expensive. I mean, it's really gone up. But hey, there's investment potential, right? Because this is the first Rolex Air King. And I've actually thought of picking up one myself. Just because, they're no longer producing it at these proportions. Right, the latest Air King is, as all of you know, is 40 millimeters, and it's just a really big watch. It's a lot of watch for a time-only watch. So, well, there you go. You don't get much from Rolex. Vintage Datejust, head only. Okay, so let's take a look at, I don't know, what can we, anything from Jaeger-LeCoultre? Oops, no. Jaeger. Oh, look at this. This guy was selling a Grand Thai. Oh, but it's a quartz movement. A quartz reversal, which has been engraved with the initials. I don't know what that is. I don't know, I can't tell. But it's been engraved, and cool piece, Grand Thai, Look at that. Reversal Grand Thai. Watch only. I think that's a pretty good deal. February 8th, it's a quartz, well, it's a quartz piece, but there are no seconds hand, so people don't know that it's quartz. So I would not buy it, right? To be honest, I would not buy it. But it's sold, right? Because it looks like the real thing. So there you go. Anything else worth getting? I've covered the Tudor, Omega, Jaeger-LeCoultre, Rolex, IWC. I can't think of any other brands that are worth the money. Oops. But let's see what garbage is out there, right? Okay, let's talk about what to stay away from. Right, if you like Breitling, great. You're in the right price bracket, price point. But I'm not a fan. But if you are, hey, that's great. Good for you. Not a fan of Bremont, Seiko, no. What the hell is this? Oh, okay, stay away from Tag Heuer. Seiko Nomos. Nomos is it's really trendy, right? Nomos is trendy, in-house manual movements. Yeah, it's okay, but I wouldn't pick a Nomos over a Tudor or an Omega. What is this? Girard-Perregaux. No. Lemania, Omega, Wittnauer, no. Girard-Perregaux, no. Not really. Zenith, Gold Panda. Omega Albatross, what the heck? Must be some crazy vintage quartz piece. No. Cartier Tank Solo. Yeah, it's okay if you like Cartier Tank. It's alright. What the hell is this Prim Spartak? No, hell no. Nomos. Yeah, it's a bit expensive on Nomos. So I would say no to Nomos, right? Nomos is getting a little too expensive for what it is. Okay, 7 Friday, Chopard, Mille Miglia. Yeah, it's okay. You got a chronograph GMT, kind of multi-purpose tool watch. Universal Genève, if you're a fan of that company, I believe it went bust. So Bulgari, no. Walther, never heard of. Zinn, oh look, he got a Panerai Luminar GMT. Interesting. I'm not too familiar with Panerai prices, but I think 2,800 for a Panerai is good buying. But I don't know. Maybe this guy could be fake, right? You gotta be careful online. You gotta know your prices, guys. If the price seemed too good to be true, it usually is. All right. Nevada, no. Zodiac, no. Bremont, no. Eterna, no. No, no, no. So stay away from these like mines, right? There's a minefield out there, guys. You gotta be careful with your money, you know. You're gonna spend like $3,000 on a watch. That's a lot of money, right? 3,000 US dollars, you know, that's like 2 months rent or 3 months rent. That's a lot of money, right? And so I want you guys to get the most out of your money and come up and purchase something respectable in the eyes of all watch collectors, right? You know, I own watches. My most expensive watch is probably about 25,000 US dollars. You know, and that's AP vintage AP Royal Oak 5402. I also own a Patek Calatrava, and whenever I see like a Tudor Black Bay or a Omega Speedmaster, it always piques my interest, right? I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he wants, and he actually did some research into buying something respectable, right? Yeah, hey guys, buy something that you want, right? At the end of the day, buy something that you want. But buy something that's also worth keeping, worth collecting, and buy something that you will not have buyer's remorse, you know? There are a lot of choices out there. There's a minefield out there. Don't pay money to end up with a bomb and blow a hole in your wallet, right? That's essentially what's happening, right? You buy like a shitty watch for a lot of money, boom, right? There goes your wallet. You know, it's just blown up into smithereens. So let's not have that happen, right? You know, stay away from Seiko's. Wow, 2,650 for a Hamilton. Holy shit, man! You gotta be kidding me. So there you go, guys. Right? You gotta be so careful. I don't know what these guys are thinking. Jacques Monet, yachting graph. What the heck? Okay. I mean, not at this price point, you know. You're talking about serious money here, guys. You got to buy something that's worth keeping, worth collecting, that means something, right? Okay, so I think you guys get the idea of what I'm trying to preach. Okay, so happy surfing, happy watch hunting. I wish you all the best, and feel free to message me if you got any questions. Watchman, I'm peacing out. Bye.